All right, guys, just like I promised, we're going to get into that juicy stuff we talked about, how to really improve your health with nutrition and some basic understanding of things you probably never even thought of before, or maybe heard a little bit here and there. Nobody's ever put it all together for you, okay? And this is what I call outside the box thinking when it comes to your health and your energy level and your vitality and reducing that body fat and getting in shape and all those things that most people are after, okay? Maybe you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Maybe you're sick and tired of just surviving and getting by and you're ready to thrive instead of just survive. You know, it's very common that we have normalized getting sick and being unhealthy. And in fact, when you talk to people, a lot of times that's their main topic of conversation is whatever sickness they're going through or how they ache or whatever pain they have. And it's not really the way it's supposed to be, okay? What is common is not really what is supposed to be normal in our society, unfortunately, okay? What I want to talk to you about today is some of the underlying root causes that are causing you to have all of these symptoms that you're trying to deal with one at a time. Okay, once you understand the underlying root cause, you can take care of many of the symptoms that are slowing you down and holding you back from, in this case, you're coming to Impact Fitness to make an impact on your health and your body fat and your energy level and your muscle tone and your mobility and your flexibility and all of those things that we do when you exercise here, okay? But let me tell you this, if you're not taking care of the basic things that I'm going to talk to you about today, all your efforts for exercise and trying to eat right, they're just not going to work because your body's going to be out of balance, okay? You're not going to be in what we call homeostasis, which is just a fancy word for your body's functioning like it's supposed to, okay? Everything's working, your hormones are all balanced. Your body is a very resilient, very wonderful, just amazing thing that you're not even aware of how amazing your body is, okay? And what it can do and how you can feel and how you can perform if you understand the basics, okay? Told you the next video I'm going to do, we're going to really get into blood sugar and what that's doing to your body and your hormones. Today, before we even get into that, because you need to lay the foundation before you start building up, okay? And we're going to talk about the root causes, okay? And what is holding you back from where you want to be with your health and fitness or your fitness level, okay? And the first thing we're going to talk about is breathing, okay? The things we're talking about today are very overlooked. We take them for granted. We don't know the impact they're having on our health, okay? Breathing is very important. First thing you want to do with breathing is understand that you want to get some fresh air. You want to get outside. You want to breathe in some, oxygen that comes from nature instead of always being inside and breathing in whatever fibers that are in your environment, okay? But there's also how you're breathing that affects your health, okay? Most of us do what's called rapid chest breathing, okay? If you notice, I don't know if you can see in the video, but if my chest is rapidly rising and falling with each breath, that's called rapid chest breathing. That's going to cause anxiety. That's going to throw your respiratory system out of whack. You're going to overwork your heart. It's going to affect your metabolism. It's going to affect your mood, your energy, your ability to digest food properly. All these things are affected by something as simple and something that we take for granted called breathing, okay? Just a simple tip. You can get into more breathing exercises than this. Obviously, I'm just trying to lay down the basics and get you to spend 5 minutes a day focusing on your breathing technique, okay? And what we're going to do, sit or stand, it doesn't matter, probably better to stand. You're going to practice breathing in deeply through your nose and taking your breath all the way down to your navel area. And you're going to visualize a balloon in that area. And then when you take your breath in slowly in through your nose, down past your chest, breathing with your diaphragm and imagining that there's a balloon in there, then it's expanding in all directions, okay? That's the key to really get the breathing technique down, get the relaxation from it, the overall understanding of how to breathe properly is learning how to breathe with your diaphragm, okay? So just spend 5 minutes a day practicing this technique. Let's do it again one more time real quick. Deep inhale. Imagine that balloon expanding in all directions, not just the front, the sides, the back. The balloon expands in all directions. And then as you exhale, breathe out through your mouth. And then try to get into a natural rhythm, whatever feels comfortable to you. You are trying to slow down your breath and stop breathing so rapidly with your chest. So if you just get this technique down, it's going to make a big difference, okay? All right, let's move on to natural light versus artificial light, okay? As I'm doing this little presentation for you guys, I'm sitting here under these fluorescent lamps, and most of us get too much artificial light. We spend too much time indoors, and then at nighttime we're getting all this artificial light, and it's suppressing our production of melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that affects your sleep and wake patterns, your circadian rhythms. And then we're going to get into sleep in just a second, but obviously, you know, having these artificial light sources, too much of them is definitely detrimental to our health. So again, like we talked about with breathing, you want to get outside, get some direct sunlight for that vitamin D. It's going to also help you encourage melatonin production later on when you try to go to sleep, okay? So the second thing is all of our artificial light sources at night, okay? Whether it be your TV, your computer screen, or your smartphone, tablet, whatever it may be. We all spend too much of these time on these light sources, and they emit what's called a blue light, which is very suppressing to your melatonin, okay, and your sleep patterns, okay? So we want to limit that, and we want to cut down on it 2 hours before bedtime, or actually cut it completely out. And what you want to do is try to set an alarm on your phone. Like if you decide you want to go to bed at 10:30 or 11, you know, 9 o'clock or so, you want to set an alarm on your phone that reminds you to stop staring at that computer, stop watching the zombie tube, TV, turn off your phone, get your lights dim. If you can get dimmer switches on your lights, that's great. You can really dim it and get your body ready to get that real restful, restorative sleep that you're after, okay? There's also some things you can do to your phone and your TV. You can research these. There's even an app you can get for your computer and your phone that will change it from the blue light to a much less damaging, less melatonin suppressing light that you can get, and it'll change it so that during the daytime it'll be bright enough and for you to read, and it'll change the screen brightness and even the color that it's giving off at a certain time, so you don't even have to worry about it, okay? And there's even these amber glasses, blue blocker type glasses that you can get if you want to put those on at night, you know. However far you want to take it, you can, but the main thing is trying to remember to just detox from it 2 hours before bedtime. And then when you know, we'll get into this in sleep. I'm actually getting ahead of myself, so we'll wait for the sleep portion to get into this. Okay, now, water, okay? We know we need to be taking in somewhere around half your body weight in ounces per day. It's a good place to start. And usually recommended that you get reverse osmosis water. You don't need to be buying this expensive water that's supposedly mineralized or is alkaline or whatever. You know, there's a lot of conflicting research on that, whether or not that's even a scam or if it even helps you or not. Because usually, like when you eat a lemon, it goes in acidic and your body turns it alkaline. So if you're getting this water with these dead rocks in it that goes in alkaline, there's a possibility it could make you more acidic, which is what you don't want, okay? So reverse osmosis water. We recommend that if you're buying jugs of water from the grocery store or whatever, that when you get home, you put them in a glass container. That way you can put stuff like your essential oils in there. If you want to put drops of lemon oil in there, which helps detox your water. You know, another detoxing effect, a little simple trick. Or if you want to put cucumbers and make these other detox waters that people make, you definitely want to put it in a glass container so that you're not leaching any more of the petrochemicals Sorry about that. Had a little blackout there for a minute. Anyway, so that's water. You want to really focus on it. Without any one of these things that we're talking about today, your chances of succeeding with your fitness program are greatly diminished. Your chances of your health improving are greatly diminished. The chances of you actually losing body fat and getting lean and fit and energetic and living life to the fullest like you want to and going from survive to thrive are greatly diminished. So please remember that these are not in any order of importance. They're all important, equally important, if you may. And, you know, we just talked about that a minute ago. Sleep, how important sleep is. And you need to be trying to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. And then also when you go to bed affects your REM sleep. Your, you know, not talking about that band from the 80s, you know, Losing My Religion. We're talking about the real restorative sleep. You know, you go through these cycles when you go to bed, okay? And there's research that shows that, you know, if you go to bed before midnight, especially a few hours, that you're going to get more of the restorative sleep, okay? You know, it's just one of those things I've researched. I'm one of these nerds that researches these things so that you don't have to, but obviously don't take my word for it. If you want to research any of this information that I'm telling you, please do so. It's all out there. You know, it's good to research on your own and really enforce or reassure yourself that your information that you're getting is the right information, okay? So sleep is going to play a huge role. Water, these are your action steps. Make sure you're not missing out on them. Also with the sleep, I forgot to tell you about is getting your room blacked out. We're going to detox from all the light as much as possible 2 hours before bedtime. Getting your room blacked out is huge. Even the little LED lights on your alarm clock are going to affect your sleep patterns. So get it blacked out. You're going to have the really deep restorative sleep, repair your tissues, muscle, be ready to go, feeling really great in the morning, okay? All right, and then the last thing I wanted to say, let's say you're coming to work out 3 to 4, 5 days like you're supposed to, doing these great interval training sessions that we do, increasing your metabolism, and you got everything else under control that we talked about today. But let's say you sit too much. You have a sedentary job. Okay, working out 3 to 4 times a week for 30 minutes to 45 minutes or even an hour is not going to overcome sitting down for 6 hours every day at your job. Okay, you're going to have to really focus on get your butt out of that chair, move around, and anything that you can do standing over sitting, you're going to burn 60 more calories per hour and store less fat around your midsection. When you sit, you actually secrete enzymes that tell your body to store your fat around your internal organs instead of in the muscle where you can burn it off, okay? So get off your butt, America. Get off your butt, people. Let's take care of these basics, okay? They're so important. I gave you the action steps. Hope you took notes. If not, get your pen and paper out. Watch this again. Remember, repetition is the mother of skill. The more and more you hear this, the more and more you might start implementing these things in your life, okay? Until next time, subscribe to my channel. Make any comments, any questions you have about anything that I talked about. In the next video we're going to get to you is going to be about stabilizing your blood sugar through food and understanding how to combine your meals properly and the timing and spacing of your meals and obviously what to eat. And this is going to be huge because a lot of this is contrary to what you've been told by Dr. Oz and Oprah and Phil, whoever you've been, the morning show that you've been watching or whatever you've been looking into. We're going to give you the real deal information that's backed by science and research, and it can really change your life. Okay? See you next time.